Artist Showcase with Tanya Michelle. Ooh, 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 yeah, la, 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 yeah, la, 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 yeah. Come on.
Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Artist Showcase. I am your host, Tanya Michelle. So glad to be here. It's Friday. It's a 3-day weekend for most of you out there. Had to work today, or maybe you had a day off, or you're on your way out of town. I don't know. But I'm glad you're here. You're tuning in with me on this beautiful Friday night, Memorial Day weekend. My guest this evening is the lovely, beautiful, talented Miss Carla Pace. Welcome, Carla. So glad you can join us. Carla Pace is a native Detroiter that embodies the Motown flair. From the second sound of her soulful voice that can captivate an intimate crowd or large audience to her polished stage presence. She's had the pleasure of opening for such major acts for like multi Grammy Award winning artists Babyface, um, Anita Baker, India Arie, Howie Mandel, LL Cool J, Busta Rhyme, just to name a few. Music Child, all right, Alexander O'Neal, just to name a few. And in 2022, she had the privilege of singing the national anthem for the Detroit Pistons. Only a couple of months later, she had the opportunity to perform the national anthem for the Detroit Lions home game. Awesome, awesome. She's previously sang background for Alicia Myers, which afforded her the opportunity to travel to Paris, France to perform. Lovely, lovely, lovely. That is awesome, awesome. We're going to hear a few of her songs this evening, and we're going to talk a little bit about her journey as an independent artist. As you all know, I interview independent artists, not just from the Detroit area, but from all over the world, right? All right. Again, thank you for watching the Artist Showcase here live on WJZZ Cool TV. We're streaming on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter, and other top social media platforms. Be sure, everyone, that you click the like, follow, share, and comment, and subscribe. Again, thank you for watching WJZZ Cool TV, the coolest station in the world. Carla, Carla, how are you?
I am wonderful. How are you?
Good.
Good.
Let everyone know out there, who is Carla Pace?
Well, Carla Pace was born and raised in the city of Detroit,
Okay.
Michigan. I went to Murray Wright High School. I grew up in the church
Okay.
with my family and the choirs and everything.
Okay.
But I also studied music in school and had dance and was a cheerleader and everything. Became a mom and as my children paused for a minute to focus on my children and their upbringing and everything, and then after that I just went ahead and dove right back into my music.
Oh, okay. Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. 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 Now, what made you decide to pursue this career in entertainment?
It was pretty embedded in me when I was young. I remember my first solo when I was maybe 6 in church because my
Okay.
grandmother played the piano.
Okay.
I have a singing family. My mom
Okay.
sings. My uncle sings. And pretty much, well, almost everybody. At least you could say about 60% of my family can at least hold a note really, really
Oh,
good.
good. All
All the way down to
right.
our children, and
Oh, wow.
yeah. So everybody can do something musically.
Oh, that's
Yeah, or it's like
awesome.
having an amazing ear.
Yeah.
Even if
Mm-hmm.
they don't want to sing or
Right.
something, you'll hear them singing, and then you're like, okay, They have a
awesome.
really good voice.
Oh,
So
good.
yeah.
All right. Now, your kids, have they decided that they want to sing? Or how? First of all, how old are your kids?
My children are 21,
Okay.
22.
Hmm.
My bonus baby is also 22. And
Okay.
then my daughter, my oldest, just turned 24.
Okay.
Yeah,
Awesome.
yeah.
Awesome.
So she sings and everything, and she acts professionally.
Okay.
So she dove into that arena. My 22-year-old bonus baby,
Hmm.
he is a rapper.
Okay. Okay.
On the side.
Okay.
And my other two boys, I raised them in the church singing, so they
Okay.
can definitely sing, but they don't want to.
Oh,
So
okay. At
yeah,
least not yet, right?
yeah. Not yet, not
Not yet.
yet.
God, so musical family, all the way, I mean, all the way down to your children. That's wonderful, wonderful. What separates you from the other artists that's out
um,
here?
Locally or nationally?
You know what? I'm gonna say locally.
Okay, so locally, I think that myself, I think that there's a lot of amazing talent that's in Detroit.
Mhm.
I just think that one of the things that kind of separates me is because I look at it in a very well-rounded way.
Mhm.
I
Mhm.
look at it as three different things. It's talent,
Mhm.
performance, and business.
Right.
So a lot of times people will just get up there and then they just doing it just to perform,
Mhm.
and they're
Mhm.
making a little
Mhm.
money or whatever it is, or making however much they make, and they're doing it. And I love that. You
Yeah.
got a passion for it, you're doing that.
Right.
Or you may just stand up there and flat footed sing. That's where I
Mhm.
bring in the performance part.
Okay.
Since I have a dance background and
Mhm.
acting background, I
Okay.
perform on stage. I
Okay.
give it my all every single song, every single time. I want to make
Mhm.
sure that I'm telling the story,
Right.
and I think that makes the shows more enjoyable.
Yeah.
But another thing about it is definitely the business of it.
Mhm.
I know, I know my worth.
Yeah.
I know my worth as a talent, and
Mhm.
I don't accept less than what I'm supposed to
That's
get.
right. That's
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
That's right.
and I try to personally make sure that there are um, the other talent that's around locally, especially the women,
Mhm.
that I am very, very open and transparent with them about that when they talk to me. Many of people have called me up and they're like, "Girl, somebody called me for a gig and they offered me this amount." I'm like, "No, don't do it.
Right.
Don't do it for that amount." I
Mhm.
said, "Let them know that you'll do it for this amount, and this is what you'll stand on because you're super talented."
Yeah.
But also, I'm also the person that's saying, "Well, you have to accept that right now because you
Right.
need to go into go into your bubble and
Right.
work on some stuff, and then when you come out, you can demand double that
Yeah.
easily."
Mhm.
Yeah.
Good advice.
So.
And we're gonna circle back around on that because one of the things that like you touched on is you have a lot of folks out here who wants to get into this business,
Mhm.
and the fun and glamour on stage is cool, but then they don't know the business side, and you have to know
Right.
the business side of it. So we're gonna touch on that a little bit more later on in the segment. That's a good point. Good point. What are you most proud of to this date as far as like performing or what's happening in your journey? What are you most proud of?
Um, I'm actually most proud of my reputation.
Yeah.
I'm most proud of my reputation.
Yeah.
There is no one that can honestly say that I have showed up to a show unprepared.
Mhm.
There's nobody that can say that I don't put that Carla Pace has not put her all into whatever performances and everything that I've done. I
Right.
come professional and I come prepared.
Mhm.
And there may be people, of course, there are people that are better than me, um, vocally, or should I say I have not reached the level that they are at vocally,
Mhm.
or should I say our gift is different.
Okay. Mhm.
But I can tell you, I can go head to head with anybody as far as being well rounded, and
Yeah.
I think that that is a thing that I am the most proud of. I learned from a lot of amazing people that were local, that told me, like, "Girl, that moment they said, 'Girl, your slip is hanging.'"
Right.
That's how,
Yeah.
they're like, "Okay, you need to tighten up on this or that, or you uh on that song, it was a little shaky because you seemed like you were unsure, or you could see it in your face that you were mad that the music was off or something. And I've learned from that, and I've taken so much from that, and I really really appreciate it. So I'm so proud of myself for being able to do that, because
Yeah.
in the past, oh, you see it all over my face.
All right. But you have to be good at taking criticism too.
Oh, yeah,
You know,
definitely.
whether you're acting such as myself or you're, you know,
Mhm.
you're singing, you really have to learn how to take criticism.
Absolutely.
Take it and learn from it
Yep.
so that you can get better.
Absolutely.
I believe in that. Yes, yes, yes. When you're performing out in the crowd, and you're singing, the crowd is singing along with you. How does that energy feel? How does that make you feel?
That's actually the best part about it for me.
Yeah.
That's what I do it for.
Hmm.
Every show that I walk in, and I just talked to a musician friend of mine about this, um, because they were talking about the gig, and they're like, okay, well, we already got paid for the gig, so I don't care if they're up and they're dancing or whatever it is. And I had to explain to them. I said, for me, it's not about this gig.
Yeah.
I said it's about the next gig and the next gig after that, and the revenue and the good the good accolades and everything that you're going to get from this specific gig. They're
Yeah.
going to spread the word. They're going to say this was the best night of my entire life.
Right.
This reception was the best reception that I've ever been to. Or I'm going to spread the word. I'm going to pass your card to other corporate venues or whatever it is.
Yeah.
That for me is what I do it for. I'm like, this may be the most important day of their lives.
Yeah.
I'm going to make sure that it's memorable in a good way. And I think that a lot of people need to make sure that they take that into account, because it's a heavy weight.
Oh,
but
right.
we signed up for it.
Right.
We signed up to make people happy. That's literally our job.
Yeah.
And it's the best job in the entire world.
Awesome. Awesome. I like that. I've been wanting to get you on both of my shows. I've been watching for about a year and a half now. I've been watching you, and I finally got you on this show, and got to get you on my next show, the Entertainment Lounge. I've watched you perform the national anthem. I can't remember which one I saw on YouTube. It must have been, I want to say the Pistons, I believe it was.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, when you see this performance now, the only other person who sung the national anthem really, really well, I think, was Whitney Houston.
Oh, wow.
Carla Pace gave me chills this afternoon, because I was looking through her, her website, and that's where I found it. I'm like, oh my God, I literally played it like 2 or 3 times.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Oh my goodness, so powerful. Your voice is so clear. You can hear every word, and the audience out there was just, this amazing. The person who took that video, that YouTube, I don't know if you noticed, but in the background they say, "Oh my God, never heard anybody sing the national anthem like that. She's cool.
So
She needs to be in the halftime show."
Oh, that's so sweet.
Yeah, I heard that in the background. Yeah,
Oh.
listen to it in the background. As soon as you finish, so whoever who took that video, that's what they said. And
they caught that moment.
yeah, I know, right? I
That
agree
is
with
so
them. Yeah.
I really appreciate that, because when I was little and Whitney did it, like, that was, my dad has bought me 2 cassettes in my entire life when I was little, and Whitney Houston's national anthem was one of them. It was her, and it was Howard Hewitt, because he wanted me to learn a couple songs that was on. He wanted me to learn "Say Amen" or something. But he bought me that cassette, and he told me, "I want you to do this and sing this song." And I listened to that, and I don't quote me on this, but I think that I still have that cassette. Of course, it's not going to play anywhere, I'm sure. But I played it over and over and over again, and I listened to it because I loved her voice. But when she sang that, I said, "Ooh, this is different," So it's just, it was amazing.
Yes, and you're amazing. Oh my God, yeah, because I was like, oh my God, she gave me chills. Yeah, no one. Yeah, you have to be really Yeah, because some people, when they sing the national anthem, I can't hear what they're saying. Now, me, I'm scared. I'm embarrassed to say that I don't know all of the words to the national anthem. I don't. But it's yeah,
That's the
embarrassed to
scariest part.
say.
That's the scariest part. It's not the people. It's not the you just being up there by yourself. It's not thinking about if you're gonna hit whichever note. What you are thinking in that moment is, I better not mess up these words.
Right.
That is the most.
Right.
That's the most annoying thing in the entire world. But
Yeah.
my dad used to have me sing it at the at his car shows and stuff every year.
Hmm.
So I would get in my practice. But one year, ooh, I messed it up in front of UAW people. In front of
My
UAW
God,
people,
no.
I messed it up. I left out the
Oh my
whole middle
God.
part,
Oh,
and
really?
I
Oh my
walked
God.
out. I walked out so embarrassed. I was
Oh
so
no.
embarrassed. They're looking at me like, oh, well, good job. And I'm sitting up here like, oh,
Right,
no, I'm horrible.
right. Oh my goodness. Well, I'm here to say that was an amazing, amazing performance.
Thank you.
Yeah, definitely, definitely, definitely. We are getting ready to play. I was listening to this over and over again this afternoon as I was writing down my questions and I'm prepping, for tonight.
Mm.
Um, this is my favorite so
Really?
far. This is my favorite, my favorite. So, ladies and gentlemen, sit back, relax, grab you a glass of wine, a glass of mojito, and kind of chill with us, right? And we're gonna hear Carly plays a Pace song. This is called "All Right."
World on my shoulders, so filled with stress. Days seem so endless. Got this weight on my chest. I trying to get by, testing my life. But times they get easy with you by my side. And if the wind blows, if the sun doesn't shine, moon doesn't glow, we'll be just fine. When the money gets low and the tides get high, love is still here. It's gonna be alright. Used to be empty, nowhere to go. No one to hold me when my nights would get cold.
I can play that like all day. I love it. Such a beautiful voice.
Thank you.
All right, all right. That is the name of that single. What inspired you to do that song?
Um, that one, if I remember correctly, I got the music first.
Mhm.
I got the music first, and I write pretty easily.
Okay.
So for me, I listened to it and I was like, okay, this is what direction I want to go into it with. I want it to be something that you can drive to.
Okay.
So I said, let me find something nice and smooth and soft. And the vocals that I heard in my head
Mhm.
was Ashante Moore. I said,
Mhm.
ooh, I want something. I want a tone to that specific song that's like really laid back, you know, something that's not distracting, something that you can play in the background when you're working, or you can play it when you're driving down a long highway.
Right.
And that's where I went with it. And my whole thing was, I think during that time I had just like come out of some stress in my life, and it wasn't about relationships or anything. It was just regular stress,
Yeah.
day-to-day stress, like, oh, these kids is getting on my nerves. Or, oh man, this is just, just the world, just like life, work, and everything. So I said, but it's gonna be all right.
Yeah.
So I said, okay, this is good. This will lead my way. And then I just started writing.
Yeah.
And I think that I probably wrote the full entire song in probably about 30 minutes maybe.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's good too. That's almost like that's good therapy too.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
If you're going
The
through
best.
something and you just write it down, yeah.
The best. The best. Yeah.
Makes you feel good after a little bit,
Oh, absolutely.
Put your mind at ease.
Yeah, you feel like you
sure.
accomplished something also if you actually can, put it into a poem, or you put it into a story, or you put it into a song or something. You feel like that you accomplished a goal also.
Yeah.
So it's, it's twofold. So I appreciate, like, ooh, that's a blessing to have that ability to be able to do that, because man,
right,
music has pulled me out of some things.
See? And that's what music is. Music is therapy. It is therapy, actually. Gosh. And that's funny that you say Shantae Moore. I don't know if you saw my post. I didn't post it on my personal page. I posted on my what is that? My other page.
Okay.
And I posted and I played this song. And I was telling, the audience out there, I'm getting my questions together and getting prepped, and, this is one of my favorites. And I did tell them, I said, she reminds me of Shantae Moore.
Oh, that's so funny. I didn't even see the post.
Yeah. I said, yeah, she reminds me. So, so not the...
she's my favorite.
Yes.
Like
You do, your voice. Yeah, that's, when I heard that song, I can hear a little bit of Shantae Moore. So you do sound like her a lot. If I was, and you know what I do too is when I'm listening to artists, when they sing me songs, I have my headphones on, I close my eyes and I'm listening. And if I hear something, like, he sounds like Lenny Kravitz. Like the guest we had last week, we had Lenny Kravitz. He sounds like Lenny Kravitz and Prince all up in one, right? And so you remind me a lot of Shantae Moore.
Oh,
yeah,
that's a huge compliment.
Oh yes, it is. Oh, please do, because she still got it.
Oh, I saw her live.
Oh, I haven't got a chance to see her live.
Jump
Oh my
out
God.
of your seat and jump on stage and just hug her. Her little bitty self.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, she's amazing.
She's fire. I wish I could have that high. Well, I can't do it anymore. That voice, I can't do that anymore.
No, her control is
right,
amazing. It is out of this world.
I don't even know between her and Layla Hathaway, because she hits those notes too.
Yeah.
Really high note. Yeah.
Yeah, but Layla has that complete deep low. So
right.
It's like, ooh.
But did you see her? I hate to get off the subject, but did you see her on? I think she was on Jennifer Hudson.
Yes. Yep.
And I don't know, she did the little song.
Yeah.
Oh my! I was like, oh my God.
She splits her tone. Yeah. It doesn't work for us regular folks.
Right. Right. God.
It doesn't. I tried it.
Right.
I tried it many times. It
don't work.
It don't work.
He said, I'm not
they
gonna try
said
that.
that it could damage your voice, so maybe I'm helping myself by not doing it. So, boom.
Right. Right. What do you think is the biggest highlight right now as for your career right now? What is the biggest highlight?
The highlight, I would say, I've been on a lot of stages. I've met a lot of amazing, famous people, but nothing is more gratifying than having my own entertainment company right now and being able to be in control of my my next move.
Okay.
I don't have to reach out to. I don't have to wait for that phone call from somebody else and then say like, hey, can you do this with my band? honestly, if somebody calls me, it's up to me if I
Mhm.
want to or don't want to. And
Right.
it's also where since my it's a company.
Mhm.
Lyrical Heat Entertainment is a company.
Right.
So I'm able to hire other bands and have them play places. And
Mhm.
I'm also able to hire musicians and stuff to play behind me
Mhm.
and put money in their pocket that they may not have gotten,
Oh
because
yeah.
the gig that they may have been doing on every single Saturday may have been at a cap of $150 or $200 or something, just because the local bars and stuff, a lot of times they don't respect our talent as far as
Yeah.
musicians and stuff are concerned.
Mhm. Mhm.
So for me to be able to reach out to them and then say like, here, let me pull you over this, pull you over this hurdle that so many black musicians run into,
Right.
which is the corporate music world. If I'm
Mhm.
able to pull you over this, then it makes me feel good too, because I'm like, you know what? We can all make money.
That's right.
Like, let's do this,
Mhm.
because we
Mhm.
are literally the most talented musicians in the world.
Right.
People, everybody come from everywhere to Detroit to grab their
Mhm.
musicians,
Right.
and we should not just be known for Motown.
Exactly.
Detroit is
I
a wealth
agree.
of talent.
Yep. Sure
So
is. I agree.
it's I love Motown, and I love the Clark sisters and the Winans, but we
Mhm.
have more than that. And I
Exactly.
think that everybody needs to make sure that we are all shining our light, we're all supporting each other,
Mhm.
and we're all pulling each other up so that we can get noticed again as a music city. Like,
Yeah.
this is what we are. We
Mhm.
feel it.
Right.
Yeah, and we've been through so much. I mean, we got some crazy mad stories and mad lyrics,
Oh
and
yeah.
we play with our hearts.
Right.
Every musician that I know that I hire, they
Mhm.
play with their entire heart.
And that's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
And that's good that you're sharing your success, and you're sharing, your knowledge and what you have, and you're helping out other artists
Mm-hmm.
and other bands, because like you said, we all have need to support each other, you
Oh yeah,
know.
and it's just because
Yeah.
I was taught by other singers that are
Mhm.
local.
Mhm.
I was getting those calls from Leslie,
Mhm.
uh, Nelson, and Gwen Fox, and
Mhm.
you know what I'm saying, and
Mhm.
people like Thornetta took me in and
Mhm.
loved on me, and Kimmy and everything. They had this love and respect for my talent. Lawanda,
Mhm.
like all of them, they all made sure that they embraced me
Right.
as a talent, as an up and coming talent, instead
Mhm.
of, you know, just pushing me off or whatever, or
Yeah.
saying like, okay, this person is coming up to take our places.
Mhm.
That's not what we're doing. We're trying to
Yeah.
get ours just like you all are trying to get yours.
Mhm. Mhm.
So why not look at all of us and say, hey, let's all thrive.
Right. All get it.
So yeah.
And that's so funny because I talked to a DJ. I interviewed a DJ, DJ Intense, about almost a month ago. He hasn't been on here, but I interview him on the Entertainment Lounge. And it's funny that you say that, is that the DJs too are going through the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the older DJs that's out here. I'm not going to say any names. I can't say
Mm-hmm.
names, but you know who you are. That don't give the other DJs their props to.
Mm-hmm.
You know, oh, let him go first because it's hardly nobody here. We'll let
Yep.
them go first and let me go last, or
Mm-hmm.
let me go in the middle.
Yep.
You're not helping. What's going to happen when you can't do anything? I mean, let
Yep.
give you have to make room for other folks that's out
Mm-hmm.
here that wants to shine too.
And if you have a gig that day, pass the gig along. Don't just
Exactly.
say no.
Right.
And I think that it's even now, like, because I spoke about the singers and everything, the local singers that led the way as far as the women and everything. But like right now, I can, anytime that, I'm not able to perform somewhere, or you know my sister Angela Davis is not able to perform anywhere, we're calling each other.
Yeah.
We're on the phone like, sis, are you
Mhm.
available for this and that gig? And I
Right.
know how many gigs she has passed to different singers and stuff. And I'm like, you know what? I respect that. Like,
Yeah.
I love that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So it makes a difference. And you
Yeah.
never know when that person that you call and then say, hey, I've got a gig that's on June 2nd or something. And then somebody accepts that gig. they did not know how they were going to pay their rent.
Right.
It may be a day late,
Mm-hmm.
but at least they're
Right.
able to give that $500, $400, or whatever it is
Mm-hmm.
toward their bills, or their refrigerator or something may be empty because it's the end of the month.
Exactly.
And when you call them, that little bit or whatever it is, it helps so much.
Mm-hmm.
And then it makes them also feel better about themselves, and it makes them feel like, okay, I can do this.
Right.
So it's a beautiful thing when we all work together,
Exactly.
like and move in love.
Exactly. Exactly. Take note of that for the folks out there who wants to get into this business. We got to share our knowledge and help each other out too. You know, we all, go through, our journeys, and it's good that, we help one another too. I'm going to play another song. Oh, it's almost a half hour into the show, and that's something. That's a good thing, right? Because I'm enjoying this. The next song I'm going to play, what do I have on my list? I have my list in order of what I want to play. So Right. This is So Right. I'm getting ready to go ahead and play this. I like this one too. This is nice. Yeah, right.
We both know that we shouldn't be here. We both know this ain't right. One wrong move from either one of us, and we would both stay the night. I should really go, and you should head home. This would never be cool. As I reach for the door, and as you grab your coat, I stop and glance at you. We both know what we should do. Throw our cares in the wind and let the passions fly. Chips fall where they may, and just turn off the lights. Explore what we both need just for one night. Maybe it's wrong, but it feels so right. Collecting both our thoughts.
Okay, yeah. That was So Right by Carla Pace. Okay, we're laughing right now because behind the scenes we're talking about dogs. So I have a little bit. Everybody knows if you guys follow me on Facebook, I have my little dog Chanel that I adopted during COVID. And I was saying, oh my God, I got a dog here. She said, my dog doesn't shed. So I said, I was telling her the type of, the dog I have. Chanel is a Gray Wawa. So she is an Italian Greyhound mixed with a Chihuahua. So she just told me her mom has a Chihuahua mixed with a Rottweiler. Okay, so yeah.
she had it. She ended up a really close friend of hers wanted it, and she ended up getting her. But
the mix.
the big dog.
Yeah.
He mixed.
And everybody always asks me, how did that happen with the Greyhound? But see, they
did
don't know
that.
that the Italian Greyhounds are the shorter, a little bit shorter than the normal, Greyhound.
Yeah.
I just now,
Well,
Rottweiler.
okay, so the Chihuahua actually, it's more of a Yorkie Maltese Chihuahua type of mix.
Okay.
So all of those are teeny tiny dogs. He doesn't weigh more than 5 pounds, maybe 5 or 6 pounds. Teeny tiny dog. And the mom was the Rottweiler, and she laid down.
Lord! Oh my God!
Yeah. I'm gonna show you the picture of
Yeah,
her.
we gotta show me the picture.
She's adorable though. She was adorable.
All right.
It was a few years ago. But
Oh my God!
she was
You
adorable.
guys stop mixing up these pets. That's why they nuts. That's why they nuts now. You are watching the Artist Showcase. I'm your host, Tanya Michelle. My guest here tonight is Miss Carla Pace, and we're streaming live on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter, and other top social media platforms. Be sure that you click the like, follow, share, and comment, and subscribe. Thank you again for watching WJZZ Cool TV, the coolest station in the world. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, yes, yes. So right. What inspired you? What was it? What is the inspiration behind that song?
You know what? I think in the moment I said, I want to write a naughty song. I said, because I hadn't written anything that was like sexy at all.
Right.
Like nothing that was risque, nothing that was like, ooh, who said that? But I also wanted like a ballroom tune. And I listened to the music once again. That's weird to me. But that one, I've been saying for years that I was going to make a video for that one. It's going to happen. It's definitely going to happen.
Yeah.
And the plan is, and y'all can hold me to it, I'm going to do it before the year is out.
All
I'm
right.
going to do it.
Hold Carla to it.
And I'm telling you all, I'm going to make sure that the storyline is played out, because it's in the song. It's pretty much saying like, you know, we both know that we're not supposed to be here.
Yeah.
We both know that we shouldn't even be attracted to each other or anything. I got a man, you got a woman, but just for one night,
right?
Let's just make this happen.
Right.
Now, like I said, that was a long, long time ago that I wrote that song.
Okay.
It wasn't about me. Maybe I heard somebody else's gossip or something.
Right.
But you can't hold me to it.
Right.
It was not about me.
Okay. Okay.
I
She
behave.
right. All right, you guys. She put that out there. It's not about her. So every song that you hear from these artists is about them. She got that out there. To you, in your opinion, what makes a good song?
I think that it has to make you think, and you have to be able to see it in your mind. It has to tell a story. That's what I like. I don't like songs that just, you know, it's just all about the music. A lot of times people say, oh yeah, I listen to the music first. It's all about the music for me. Oh, that draws me in. Like, no, I go straight for those lyrics.
Yeah.
I'm listening to those lyrics. I want to hear, what is your story? What are you trying to tell me? Because otherwise it could just be an instrumental. It could just be, you know, some music just beating in the background or whatever it is. But when you have good lyrics, like people like India Arie, and people like Jonathan McReynolds, and you know, oh my goodness, Babyface.
Oh yeah,
like, everything that he has written for people. If you listen to all of his songs that he wrote for other people, he told stories.
Yeah.
He pulled you in. He told you different stories, and he will say it right off, like 90% of that he had never even gone through. Like,
wow.
he, you know, this wasn't his heartbreak, or this wasn't his joyous moment, or whatever it is. It's just he paid attention to the things and the people that were around him. And I think that was a huge part of why I started even writing. Yeah. Because I'm the youngest of 4 girls. So Lord knows I done, you know, seen some heartbreak stories, and I have a family full of women. Okay. So coming from the point of view of somebody that has been hurt is easy. Yeah. Coming from the point of view of somebody that is happy can be the harder thing, because normally people tell you about their pain. Right. You know, you see their joy, but they tell you their painful stories because they need somebody to talk to. So those are amazing songs. But I'm like, girl, tell me the juice when you're happy. So I can write this down. Right. So what I had to do was start creating my own happiness so I can write these songs from my point of view.
Right.
Yes.
Awesome. When you're in the studio or you're at home or wherever your room that you write, what is that creative process for you? What is it like?
Um, it is. It's hilarious
Mhm.
because I the best songs that I ever come up with
Mhm.
is when I'm either in the shower or driving.
Really?
Yeah, yeah, and it has nothing to do with what I may not have listened to anything.
Mhm.
It's in those moments where I'm just in my head
Mhm.
and I'm like, ooh, what if this happened? Or like, ooh, what if? And then I just immediately start writing, and I'll grab my phone, and it's funny because I've written songs and stuff with other people,
Okay.
and I tell them, like, I can sit there and I can sing
Mhm.
straight through as if I'm freestyling.
Okay.
And then they'll say, okay, so what did you come up? And I'm like, girl, my brain works in forward. I have no
Wow.
rewind.
Right.
So if I don't pull out my phone and record whatever it is that I'm coming up with,
Mhm.
that song could have been a hit. That song could have got me a Grammy, but it
Right.
did not come out. Because I will have forgotten it in a heartbeat. So there
Wow.
are a couple of people that are really close to me that I work with sometimes in the musical process, and I'll come up with something. I'm like, oh shoot, why didn't I put that down? And they're like, girl, guess what? I recorded it. So I'm like, yes.
All
Like, I
right.
have the best music friends.
Yeah, especially if you're in the
Yeah.
car, you don't have time to write. We're not trying to get into any
Right.
accidents. So yeah, it's a
Right.
good time to
Yeah.
just record. That's
Yep.
a good thing.
Yep. I'll click my little
Yeah.
recorder. Like, okay, I have a section in my phone that literally says thoughts or
Mhm.
like videos, just song ideas.
Yeah.
So when I do get into the studio, I can just pull it up and use it as a reference.
Okay.
If that flow is not coming to me in that moment.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
yeah. The problem is finding producers that want to do the work the right way.
All right, y'all. Y'all hear that? Y'all hear
Everybody
that out
say
there?
that they want to do a song with you, and then they disappear or
Right.
start on the song, and then they don't get finished with it. Okay, let me get on my soapbox.
Right. Get y'all act together out there,
Get it
out there,
together.
producers. Get it,
Get it
yeah,
together.
get it together. We got it's a hot artist out here. Get it together. Get it together.
I'm trying.
Which artist or singer out there that you would love to collaborate with?
Oh, Babyface.
Oh wow, yeah, see?
Yeah, that's an
yeah,
easy
I
one.
can see that.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Babyface,
Mhm.
hands down. Like,
Yeah.
because the musical magic that can happen, I think would be amazing because he is an amazing producer,
Mhm.
but he's also a songwriter.
Yeah.
So he sees it from both sides.
Mhm.
I can't think of anybody that I would want to be in the room with more
Okay.
than a Babyface.
Yeah. He's so he's
Yeah.
so yeah, he's
Yeah.
talented. Yeah.
And he
He's
seems like his
talented.
demeanor would be perfect.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
yeah.
not that
Mhm.
you don't have to worry about this person saying the wrong thing or
Yeah. Yeah.
acting a certain way to you or having a chip on their shoulder or having that big head. It's just that to me would be like the perfect mellow personality.
Yeah,
And
because
they
he's
would
real
tell
calm.
you,
Yeah.
and they would tell you if you're not putting out what you need to put out.
Yeah. So like he's could be a person that's honest.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And then he has that calm.
Yeah.
It's like he don't get angry.
Mild.
Right, like he doesn't get
Mild.
angry.
I like that. I need that.
I have my producer on the Entertainment Lounge, Dre Sanford, and he already knows this if he's listening. He has the calmest. I don't even. He's married too. I don't even know he even gets mad. It's just the
Wow.
same tone, and he just when he talks,
He's
it's
so
the
laid
same
back.
tone, and he's so laid back. And I want to say, you ever get
Nice.
mad? And he probably do. Those are the ones you
Yeah.
got to watch out for.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's just so laid back.
Yeah.
He's like he never gets angry.
Yeah, that's
And you right, we
and the
work well
only-
together.
yeah, the only other person that I experience that with is a person that I like never see get mad is my youngest son, my 21-year-old.
Wow.
And me and my daughter were laughing about it. We were talking to him and he was like, yeah, I see rainbows and butterflies everywhere. He's like, I don't get mad. He's like, I don't get mad at people. And if I do get mad, it lasts for maybe 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that's such a beautiful place.
That's a good thing.
That's such a beautiful place to be, especially as a young black man.
Yeah.
Like he just lets everything just roll off his back. I'm like, oh, you're
Yeah.
amazing. Like,
Yeah.
I love it. You're going to make somebody such an amazing husband.
Right. Yeah. Right. Right. Exactly. 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 We talked about family a little bit. You know, how do you balance the music and family?
Um, the best way that I can actually put it is, um, it is to be with somebody that loves it as much as you do and wants you to make it.
Yeah.
Like, I absolutely love that. My second anniversary is coming up with my husband.
Oh, happy anniversary.
It's coming up June 19th.
Awesome.
And I can honestly say, and this is probably TMI, but I have dated people that are, musicians or in the industry or whatever, and nobody has been more supportive and shown up to my gigs and just said, I want you to make it like this man has.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's always a thing where it's like, okay, I will do this around my schedule. And and I'm not talking about creatively because I mean, he can't play nothing. and my baby, he be off. He be singing, but he be off.
Right.
But he loves music so much.
Yeah.
He comes to my shows. And sometimes that's the main thing.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Seeing
yeah.
that face out there, just supporting you.
Right.
And seeing them, clap. And not only coming by themselves,
Yeah.
but my husband has shown up at my gigs. And while he's sitting there, 2 more friends have come trickle in. 2 more of his friends have come trickle in. 5 more of his friends. By the time I'm during my last set, his entire friend group, it'll be 30 people out there.
See?
And it'll be literally 80% black men clapping and supporting me and bobbing with the music and dancing and everything and enjoying their time. Because my husband said, come out and support my wife.
Oh, yeah.
And they like, yeah, that's little sis.
See?
So absolutely, we will be out.
Yeah.
And it's amazing because it lifts so much weight off of you.
Yeah.
And it's been so many times where I'm looking out there and I'm like, okay, I want my person out there.
Yeah.
My parents showed up to my gigs and have shown up to my gigs. Every single show that they possibly can show up to, they have been to.
And that's awesome.
In my entire life since I started
awesome.
public performances and everything. My parents are so amazingly supportive. My sisters, they are my biggest cheerleaders. So it's like that family dynamic of that support and them saying like, okay, we're with you.
Yeah.
We're here for the ride. We're going to share your events and stuff and your posts and all of that. That's what makes it work.
Yeah.
That's what makes it work. And they notice how my husband is as far as supporting me. So he's the only one that my parents would be like, okay, look, we tired. We not coming out tonight. Is Flynn going?
Right.
Okay, cool. We can stay at home.
Right.
But if Flynn ain't going, we coming.
Right.
Just so I can make sure that I have somebody there that's going to have me safe and everything, that's going to walk me to the car safe.
That's right.
Because as a woman in this business, there can be times where you are setting up all by yourself. You are leaving out of the door all by yourself. Because sometimes musicians that are playing with you, I'm saying in the past because the group I have now, they amazing. They superheroes. But I've done it in the past where I was walking to the car by myself at 1 o'clock in the morning.
Wow.
Terrified.
Yeah,
Parked all the way
crazy.
down the street. Terrified because I did not have that support.
That support. And that's so important. And that's important that you have sisters. Now with me, I'm the only child.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm the only
sis.
child. I know, right? Now, I love being the only child now. Don't get me wrong. Wish I had an older sister. That's too late for that.
Right.
But yeah, it's so important when you have that support. And it was the same with my ex-husband too. Even though he lived in Atlanta, at the time. It's always good to have that support.
Right.
Flying all the way in from Atlanta, or you driving all the way in from Atlanta, and
That's
just
beautiful.
seeing your movie premiere and
Oh,
things like, yeah, it's
yeah.
it's a good feeling. So you
Yeah.
have to have that support. And so with me, I rely on friends and family.
Yep.
But you got to watch out for your friends too, because they're the ones that
Come on.
act like they support you,
Come
and they
on.
really don't. And they just don't get me to preaching out here,
Come on.
because y'all already know. Don't even get me. Don't
You
get
ain't
me
got to tell
started.
it twice.
don't get me started.
That's why you keep the same best friend forever.
Right. All right.
That's it.
I'm going to piggyback really quick. We got 10 minutes. I'm going to piggyback really quick. What advice would you give to the folks out there who wants to get into this industry? We talked a little bit about the fun and glamour on stage, but then there's the business too, side of it too. What advice would you give to those people?
Have tough skin,
Mm-hmm.
but know your worth,
Mm-hmm.
and always be professional, no matter what.
Yeah.
I don't care if the venue pissed you off. I don't care if the promoter pissed you off. I don't care if anybody pissed you off. All that you have is your reputation.
Mm-hmm.
So if the loudest one is the fool in
Yeah.
those situations,
Yeah.
you can wait until that show or whatever it is over to show that you're displeased with whatever happened or whatever it is. I mean, you got your money, you getting paid and everything. Handle it later.
Yeah.
Handle it professionally.
Mm-hmm.
You're coming to do a job, and the audience, they don't know the background
Yeah.
behind it. They don't know what you just went through or whatever. Leave your garbage at home
Mm-hmm.
and perform.
Yeah.
Period.
Mm-hmm.
And don't sit up there and look at it like, oh well, oh, I gotta get my all this kind of stuff, baby. In the moment, that don't mean a hill of beans.
Yeah.
It's about the people that are out there in the audience that paid to come and see you.
Right.
So act right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and always perform like there's a million people
Oh yeah.
in the audience. I don't care if it's 2 people. You
Mhm.
sang them songs. It's not a paid rehearsal.
Yeah.
It is a performance that you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
These people right here I've gotten my biggest tips when the room was half empty.
Wow. Yeah.
So
Mhm.
it's an amazing thing to be like, okay, I actually was able to give these people a personal show and do all that. So you just have to have the mind frame of, I'm here to do a job. This is my profession. This is what I chose.
Yeah.
If you don't choose it, leave. Stop
Right.
doing it. If you don't have the passion for it anymore, walk away because somebody else wants your spot.
Exactly. Great advice. Great advice. On that note, I'm going to play another song. Probably got time for one more. I didn't get a chance to get breathing in here, but I'm going to get Love and Music in really quick.
Yeah.
This is Love and Music.
He's like the warm sip of cocoa on a cold, cold night. He's the massage to your soul that makes your body feel right. He's the hand you look to grab when your life has hit a ditch. He's like love, 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 and music. He's like the covers on your body after a long, hard day. He's the one that makes you smile when the sky is turned to gray. The medicine you need when your body's feeling sick. He's like love, 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 and music. La la la, love, 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 and music. Love, 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 and music. You can ask me if I love him, and my answer would be yes, because he frees me from my troubles.
Gonna kill me for doing it. I hate to cut that off, everyone like that, but I got that off her website, so I couldn't narrow that, I couldn't tone that down a little bit. Gosh, loving music. Really quick. What inspires you to do that song?
Oh, that is one of my favorites. And because the title actually is Love in Music, and a lot of people are listening to it and they say, "Oh man, oh she's thinking about a guy or this and that." Nope, it's a love song to music.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Okay.
I wrote that with music in mind. It's always been my escape.
Okay.
I from the time that I was little, I've always been a performer and everything, and always been a singer, and always been okay being in front of people and singing. However, I'm such an introvert, and I dealt with a lot of things because of that growing up, and I would find myself going into my bubble. But
Okay.
what I would always do is listen to music, and um I've said this before. Um, Music is the only thing and the only being, the only um even if it was a person, it's the only thing in the entire world that I have never been let down by.
Wow. Yeah.
Even if it's, I mean, and I'm not saying like, okay, yeah, my family has let me down or disappointed me or whatever it is, but they make you mad sometimes. The kids make you mad sometimes.
Right.
Music has never made me mad.
Yeah.
I have always found love and joy and peace in music.
And music.
So that has always been my escape, and it will always be my escape. So my love for music is beyond anything in this entire world.
Good therapy.
Yeah.
Therapy.
Absolutely.
That's what I say. Good therapy. Good therapy. What do you want to say to your fans out there?
I love y'all. I will have more stuff coming out. I promise. I know I've been promising. There's a couple of songs that I am working on right now. Believe me, and I'm telling y'all, look, I'm being a title teller right now. It is not on me. It's because my producers have been dragging their feet, and I'm gonna get them back into the studio so we can complete the songs that we are working on, because it is some absolute fire. I'm working on some a duet song with one of my closest music friends, and we are planning on putting out a song that is representative of Detroit.
Okay.
Because we need a Detroit anthem that's from real Detroiters.
Okay. All right. All right.
So that's the plan. I do have stuff coming out. Please keep supporting me. I love you all. I'm always updating my website with shows and everything that are coming up. I just got a list of dates because I know a lot of my stuff is private.
Yeah.
But I have a list of dates that were just dumped in my lap for Motor City Casino. So please, and that's free. I know y'all look for the free ones. So those are definitely coming up, and they're right around the corner, and I'll be posting those. I think those shows start in like July. So keep an eye on my website for that, and my Instagram. Follow my Instagram at Queen Carla. That's Carla with a K. And be a subscriber on my YouTube. Shoot, I need to build my YouTube. It's a little scarce right now. So yeah, so please support as far as that is concerned. And that's about it.
Okay.
I love y'all.
Awesome. Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Next public thing that's for sure is June 22nd. I will be at Suburban Showplace. And that is the patio shows that they have. They have them on Thursday nights, and Detroit Event Company is the one that's having those Thursday shows, and they're always free, and they're always absolutely amazing. And I will be there on June 22nd.
That's in Novi, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh, not too far.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So,
Oh,
yep,
to
yep,
check
yep.
that out. Have to check that out.
Yep. And
For
Seven Stone
sure.
Management will have me on the Campus Marches shows in July. I will have that also listed on my website, and that's also free.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, so you even get to bring out the little bad look knucklehead kids.
Right.
It's like a 12 to 1 type of situation. 12 to 2. I think like a 12 to 2 show, so you can come on your lunch break if you work downtown.
Oh, Awesome.
Yep.
Awesome.
Yep, yep, yep.
Thank you so much, Carla, for coming on to the Artist Showcase. I enjoyed you. You got to come back.
Absolutely.
You got to come
Absolutely.
back.
Thank
You
you
got to
for
come
having
back.
me.
You have her social media pages. Please follow Carla. Please subscribe to her YouTube. Buy her music. Miss Carla Pace. Again, thank you for coming on to the Artist Showcase.
Thank
And
you
I'll
for
see you
having me.
all next week.